What's up everybody, it's your girl TK and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, I am not as dolled up as I normally would be for one of these YouTube videos, and there is definitely a reason for that. I have gloves on because today I am going to be dyeing my hair. So this is the color that I'm going to be dyeing my hair. It is called Iced Chestnut. As I dye my hair today, guys, I am going to be talking to you about my struggles with mental health. Okay, so one of the things with my mental health, guys, it comes in waves, right? And so like literally I will be good for a while and then all of a sudden I will feel, it's almost like stress building up, and every day when I wake up, the days feel a little more stressful. Some days though, I'll go to sleep and I won't have a good sleep, and then I'll wake up the next day and my anxiety is still there from yesterday. And that might be because I've got unresolved issues in my life, so there's things that I've still got to get sorted. Or it might just be like, I can't explain it. And that's just how I feel. So on those kinds of days, sometimes I can honestly tend to panic, where I wake up in the morning and I'll be like, oh no, like it doesn't feel like a good day. And generally speaking, I won't necessarily panic for myself. I will more be panicking for my daughter, because I worry that on those days I'm not going to be as patient, and I'm not going to be as maybe kind as I possibly could be. So say for example, if I've had a bad wake up and then I have a day like that, worst case scenario, where I've like just been super impatient with her and over things like she wanted to sit down and cuddle me and stuff like that, and I'm like trying to get things done because I feel like in my mind, if the house is clean and the washing's done, I'm gonna feel better. But in the midst of me trying to get those things done, she will want me to like play with her or do something that a 3-year-old wants to do with their mother, and I will turn around and be like, oh, would you just leave me alone? Like I just want to get this thing done and then I can sit down and I can spend some time with you. And then she'll get upset, and then that will make me upset, and like it's just, I'll go to sleep those nights feeling absolutely awful about myself. So on a bad day, I will wake up, I wouldn't have had a good sleep the night before, I'll be feeling really stressed, I will be feeling honestly really anxious and borderline like scared, because I know what this feeling in my gut means. It means that I'm about to enter into a low, and that is really scary for me. A low will look like I'm late, or I just won't even show up. I am quite chaotic and frantic. I am unorganized. On a really bad day, in a really bad moment, I'm like really pessimistic. I have never posted up on Instagram or Facebook like venting. I won't leave little breadcrumbs for you to let you know that I'm not good. I won't. As far as everybody's concerned on social media, I will never ever, because I don't like to hear people's opinions, and I don't want to give anybody an opinion, and I'm also pretty private when it comes to that sort of stuff. Like I don't want anybody to be like, oh, did you see that thing that she posted? She is like really letting everybody know her business. Like, I don't know, I just never want to give people an opportunity. Sorry guys, it's going in and out of focus. Yeah, I just never want to give people an opportunity to judge me, particularly when I am feeling vulnerable. So some bad days I'll go to work, for example, and no one will even know that I'm having a bad day. I might just be slightly irritable, but at the same time, I'm really mindful about my energy and what I bring around other people. But if I'm having like a really bad day, I don't even give a shit. Like I can't even help it. Like I'm just like, I'll literally just show up with kind of an attitude like, fuck everybody, at least I can. I'll isolate myself. I won't message people. It'll be literally like, I won't even open your messages for days. So say for example, if I have something to do and it's kind of stressful, and I will be like, I'm not going to do that thing today. I'm not going to take that to the post office today. Anything like that, like I will just be like, not today. I will feel super unworthy, and my brain will actually start to bring up things where I will think the worst about a situation. Like if somebody says something to me, you'll start like picking it apart and thinking like, oh, did they mean it like this? And like everything becomes super negative. Everything has a negative connotation attached to it. It's just the worst. I went to a party and I was taking photos, right, with this filter on. And I was like going around, I was taking selfies with people, and he gets his phone out. When I took a photo with him, I was like, look, we look so cute, blah, blah, blah. And then he gets his phone and takes a photo on his phone with no filter, and he's like, to see that? That's what you really look like? And I was like, what was this? Like, I mean, obviously that's not a very nice thing to do. I realized that. That's like just like a fucking shady thing to do. And I was like, but at the same time, it did really kill my confidence. Like I felt like he was saying like, actually, you're really ugly in real life. Whatever. So on my bad days, that reality becomes more prevalent. Does that make sense? Like I really believe that narrative on a bad day, but on a good day I'm like, what a fucking hater. Who fucking says that? Somebody who doesn't feel good about themselves say shit like that, but like I don't need to worry about it. Do you know what I mean? So kind of that's like sort of where my brain goes when I am not feeling so great about myself. So that's what I mean by like feeling embarrassed and unworthy and all of these different things. I obviously, because I feel like that, I won't feel good about anything that I post. I won't want to post anything. Even if I have like backlog photos, so I've got like great photos of myself that I haven't posted yet. But like, it's like I can't even think of like the right caption. And I'm just like, nah, I'm not into this. I'm not going to do this today. No. I'll think about every bad outcome to a situation, and I'll like literally just purely think that only bad things can come from this particular situation. Nothing good is going to come of it. And that's it. You know what I mean? Like I'll almost feel like I don't want to try anymore. And that takes on like varying degrees as well. I'll think that I'm a bad mum. I'll think that I'm a bad partner. I'll think that I'm not a good daughter. I'm not a good friend. And like, obviously I have had some really, 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 really bad days where I think and truly, truly believe those things, where I will then think like, oh my God, I'm actually just destroying people's lives around me. You know what I mean? And I'll think like, oh, everyone's going to be better off if I wasn't here, because I'm just like a drain on them, and like my downs are frequent, and I almost feel like they're like bombs that go off in my life, but anybody who's close to me gets affected by them, you know? So on a good day, I'm on time, and I'm generally like chill and calm and positive. So I am able to just be like very optimistic, very productive. I'm on time, I'm calm, and I'll also post a lot on social media. So I'll be feeling like super confident in that, and so I'll post up a bunch of stuff. I might like, my sense of humor is really good when I am feeling positive. So I'll like post up crack up things. And yeah, as I said, I feel pretty confident with like the way that I look and how I come across on my stories and captions and things like that. Like all of those things, you know, they do take thought. And so I will be pretty confident in making all of those kinds of social media decisions. Sounds silly, but it's not, and a lot of people won't post because they don't feel confident about making those kinds of decisions. But on a good day, I do. I feel all good. I feel pretty chill about it. Pretty much in a nutshell of what a bad day looks like and what a good day looks like, which is, Anae and I were talking and we were saying like how crazy it is. I've just completely ruined my egg tights, just so you know, guys. FML. But we were just talking about how crazy it is, how opposite a good day and a bad day is. Like on a bad day, I'll literally think I'm the ugliest person in the whole world. And that, I mean, I look like the ugliest person in the whole world right now. Hey guys, so I've gone away, I've washed the hair dye out, and I have styled my hair, and so far it's been a very, very subtle change. I did actually go through and did my own streaks using a dark brown to light brown look. Give me 2 seconds. With a dark brown to light brown kit. And that was just because I just wanted to sort of lighten it up a little bit, and I think I did a pretty good job. So it's really subtle, which is exactly what I wanted. I just wanted a little bit lighter for the summertime, and voila. Okay, so just to, obviously I've discussed what a good day looks like for me, what a bad day looks like for me, and now I wanted to talk about what helps when I am going through a bad spell. And it might not even be like a bad day. Sometimes, dude, it's like bad weeks, which is awful, awful, awful. It's honestly the worst. And if you have experienced like mental health issues, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Some days, bad days stretch into bad weeks, stretch into bad months. And so I do have a little bit of advice for people that may struggle with anxiety and depression. That's what I have. That's what I struggle with. Okay, so first of all, one of the things that helped me was actually setting up some goals and trying to figure out exactly what it is that I wanted and sort of setting my sights on something. And so what I did to sort of elaborate on that is I created a few vision boards, and I have them up in my YouTube office room. So here they are, guys. So that's one, and then I have this one here. Oh, there it is. So those are my vision boards. Oh, sorry guys, that's my phone. So yeah, I created vision boards to give me hope for the future. Journal things, guys, if you're feeling overwhelmed and stuff like that. Once you write down what you're feeling and why you're feeling that way, it really helps you to sort of process what it is that you're really feeling. Because once you sort of get it out, we tend to internalize things on the inside. And once it's out on paper, sometimes you can read it and go, really? Is that what I'm upset about? Or you look at it and you go, yeah, I'm upset. I've got every right to be upset. Also, I think it's really important to be mindful of what you're sort of surrounding yourself with. If you're out drinking all the time, every weekend, and that's sort of what you're living for, and you're not, obviously, like, that's not healthy for you. Eventually that's a bad habit. Do you know what I mean? So for me, once I realized that I was drinking more and more with my girlfriends and things like that, I actually just cut out alcohol altogether. And so this is like my 9th week of no alcohol. I don't think I'll give up. No, I know for sure that I'm not going to give up alcohol forever, but I just needed to like cleanse myself from it for a bit and just adjust that habit. And also it's been really interesting to see what I'm doing when I'm hanging out with my friends now. We're not just like catching up to like drink, it'll be catching up for dinner or whatever, you know, just sort of change those habits, have a look at the habits that you know aren't necessarily good for you and adjust them. The other thing that helps me is to get around family. So I don't have an awful lot of family here, but I have an auntie and I have cousins. So I try to spend time with them and to surround myself with people that I know I can trust. and that I can be completely myself with, but also people that like help to uplift me and establish good habits. Like as I was saying before, establish bad habits, but also establish some of the good habits that you have and develop them. So for example, going to the gym was a good habit of mine, and so in order to develop that habit, I was going at like 11 o'clock in the afternoon and not doing very much with my morning before then. So